Hello and welcome to the latest edition of The Exchange, brought to you by the New York Stock Exchange. I'm Douglas Jonas, your host. As a reminder, today's interview is for informational purposes only. The NYSE does not recommend investments or investment strategies. We're live on the floor, day of launch, with Spencer Logan. He's a senior investment specialist at Harbor Capital Advisors. Spencer, thanks for joining.
Douglas, great to be here with you in person.
So Spencer, your Harbor Energy Transition ETF, RENW, Renew, launched today. Tell us the strategy all behind this.
I'm excited to talk about it today, Douglas. Really what it's all about is an energy transition story that has been in motion for a long time, but has been rapidly accelerated due to recent geopolitical events. And what this means is effectively transitioning away from a society which is dependent on fossil fuels to one that is moving towards renewable energy sources. What's different about the way in which we approach this, Doug, is that we take a stab at doing this through commodities futures. Whereas a lot of clean energy, low carbon trading products that are out there right now focus on technology stocks, we honestly don't know exactly what those technologies are going to be successful and which ones aren't. But what we do know is that they're all going to be using commodities such as minerals to get us to the next level of that renewable energy source we're all looking for.
So your ETF, are there sectors, how do you look at this? What, how do you ultimately invest?
Yeah, ultimately it's going to be very simple for the end user to go ahead and trade the ETF. Underneath the surface, we're actually looking at what are going to be those future technologies that are enabled by the commodity building blocks which we are investing in. So things like lithium, cobalt, copper, natural gas. Those are going to be critical to getting us to that next stage in which we have that dependency on petroleum ultimately start to become a thing of the past and thinking about what is going to be the future, and we're going to do that through this ETF.
So advisors, investors are listening in. How do you see them fitting this ETF into their portfolio?
So this is great because when you think about what the benefits are of being a participant in this energy transition, you're using commodities. And just by the nature of commodities, they're actually lowly correlated to equities and fixed income. So they become somewhat of a natural diversification benefit that you get just by adding a small allocation to your portfolio. Typically, when you look at it even in a traditional 60-40 portfolio, which we've looked at quite extensively, you're able to get better risk-adjusted returns as well. So you can fit a small piece of this into your puzzle, whether it's a part of the equity sleeve or even the fixed income sleeve, depending on what, of course, your diversified portfolio looks like, and have a very good outcome as it ultimately takes from what it is that you invest in an ETF like Renew.
All in the ETF, RENW. We're talking about it. We launched that ETF today. We're live on the floor of the New York Stock Exchange. As a reminder, if you caught this episode live and you're looking for additional ETF thought leadership, you can find it all on our website, homeofetfs.com. That's homeofetfs.com, all brought to you by the New York Stock Exchange, the home of ETFs.